Welcome back to ABCGH Spoilers channel. Today we will learn about the intriguing developments in Port Charles that have left fans on the edge of their seats. The latest twists and turns in the lives of our beloved characters promise to shake up the very foundations of their relationships and alliances. The unexpected alliance. In a shocking turn of events, the once strained relationship between Willow Corinthos and her biological mother, Nina Reeves, may be on the verge of an unexpected reconciliation. This potential reunion, however, comes with a dark twist that could forever alter the course of their lives. A desperate plea. As the sun sets on Port Charles, Willow finds herself in a predicament she never imagined. With trembling hands and a racing heart, she reaches out to the last person she ever thought she'd turn to for help, Nina. The desperation in Willow's voice as she pleads for assistance paints a vivid picture of the gravity of her situation. Mother to the rescue. Despite their tumultuous past, Nina doesn't hesitate to rush to her daughter's aid. The maternal instinct that has long been suppressed now surges to the forefront, driving Nina to protect Willow at all costs. This moment of crisis becomes the catalyst for a new chapter in their relationship, one built on shared secrets and mutual dependence. The catalyst, Drew's downfall. The events leading to this mother-daughter alliance revolve around the ambitious and increasingly reckless Drew Quartermaine. His pursuit of power and influence has led him down a treacherous path, making enemies at every turn. A web of deceit. Drew's life has become a complex tapestry of lies and manipulation. His obsession with Willow has blinded him to the consequences of his actions, pushing him to make decisions that threaten not only his relationships but also his very existence in Port Charles. The confrontation. In a heart-stopping moment, Drew's world comes crashing down. The secrets he's been harboring explode into the open, leading to a confrontation that will change everything. The tension in the air is palpable as Willow, armed with newfound knowledge, faces off against the man she once trusted. A shot in the dark. As emotions run high and words become weapons, the unthinkable happens. In a split second, a gunshot echoes through the air, and Drew Quartermaine falls to the ground, his fate hanging in the balance. The aftermath. Willow stands frozen, the smoking gun still in her hand. The reality of what has just transpired washes over her in waves of shock and disbelief. In this moment of crisis, her first instinct is not to call the authorities, but to reach out to the one person she believes can help her navigate this nightmare, Nina. The cover-up begins. With Drew's life hanging by a thread, Willow and Nina embark on a dangerous journey of deception and cover-ups. Their actions in the coming hours will test not only their newfound bond but also their moral compasses. Erasing the evidence. Nina's experience in navigating treacherous waters proves invaluable as she methodically guides Willow through the process of covering their tracks. From disposing of evidence to creating alibis, every move is calculated and precise. A mother's sacrifice. As the investigation into Drew's shooting intensifies, Nina makes a decision that showcases the depths of her maternal love. She offers to take the fall for Willow, willing to sacrifice her own freedom to protect her daughter. The coma twist. In an unexpected turn of events, Drew survives the shooting but falls into a deep coma. This development adds a new layer of complexity to the situation, leaving Willow and Nina in a precarious position. A race against time. With Drew unconscious, Willow and Nina find themselves in a race against time. They must solidify their story and tie up any loose ends before he wakes up and potentially reveals the truth. Ethical dilemmas. As Drew lies motionless in his hospital bed, Willow grapples with the weight of her actions. The guilt of what she's done, coupled with the fear of losing her children, creates an internal struggle that threatens to consume her. The ripple effect. The consequences of that fateful night extend far beyond Willow and Nina, touching the lives of everyone in Port Charles. Michael's suspicions. Michael Corinthos, ever the protective father, begins to sense that something is amiss. His instincts tell him that Willow is hiding something, and he becomes determined to uncover the truth, regardless of the cost. The custody battle looms. With the possibility of Drew's recovery hanging over their heads, Willow and Nina must also contend with the looming custody battle. The fear that this incident could jeopardize Willow's chances of retaining custody of her children adds another layer of tension to an already volatile situation. A future uncertain as the dust settles and the consequences of their actions begin to unfold, Willow and Nina find themselves bound together by their shared secret. The road ahead is fraught with danger and uncertainty, but they face it together, their bond strengthened by the crucible of crisis. The awakening. The possibility of Drew's awakening looms large, a ticking time bomb that could shatter the fragile peace Willow and Nina have constructed. Will his return to consciousness bring about their downfall, or will it present an opportunity for redemption? In the world of General Hospital, nothing is ever as it seems. As this gripping saga continues to unfold, fans are left to wonder, will the truth come to light, or will Willow and Nina's desperate gambit succeed? Only time will tell, but one thing is certain, the repercussions of this night will be felt for years to come in Port Charles. Next, we will learn about the dramatic developments unfolding in Port Charles, where alliances are shifting, relationships are being tested, and secrets threaten to upend everyone's lives. Quartermaine family dynamics. Tracy Quartermaine finds herself increasingly concerned about Brooke Lynn's unusual behavior, noticing subtle signs of distress her granddaughter has been attempting to conceal. During an intimate conversation in the Quartermaine Mansion's library, Tracy employs her trademark direct approach, pressing Brooke Lynn about what's troubling her. The tension between them is palpable as Brooke Lynn initially resists her grandmother's inquiries, claiming everything is fine while nervously adjusting her jewelry, a telltale sign that something significant is weighing on her mind. Their conversation takes an unexpected turn when Ned Quartermaine interrupts with a surprising announcement about his future plans. The revelation leaves both women momentarily speechless, as Ned's new direction could potentially reshape the entire Quartermaine enterprise. This development comes at a particularly vulnerable time for the family, with ELQ facing unprecedented challenges and family loyalties being tested like never before. Christina's regrettable actions. Christina Corinthos Davis has been increasingly volatile lately, her temper flaring as she struggles with personal disappointments and family pressures. Her frustration reaches a boiling point this week, leading her to make a rash decision that she quickly comes to regret. The impulsive move appears to target Ava Jerome, potentially jeopardizing the fragile peace that has existed between their families. In the aftermath of her actions, Christina experiences a rare moment of self-reflection, questioning whether her Davis family analytical mind or her Corinthos family impulsiveness is the stronger force in her personality. This internal conflict manifests in a tearful conversation with an unexpected confidant, revealing vulnerabilities Christina typically keeps hidden beneath her tough exterior. Valentine's machinations. Alexis Davis finds herself caught off guard when Valentine Cassadine approaches her with an unexpected request. Their complicated history makes any interaction between them fraught with tension, but this particular favor seems to carry special significance. Valentine's charm offensive suggests the stakes are extraordinarily high, leaving Alexis torn between professional ethics and personal loyalty. Meanwhile, Anna Devane spends contemplative moments reassessing her recent life choices, particularly those involving Valentine. Her intelligence background makes her especially adept at analyzing patterns and motivations, yet her personal involvement has clouded her judgment where Valentine is concerned. As she reviews evidence and reconsiders past conversations, Anna begins to form a troubling new perspective on recent events in Port Charles. Carly and Jack's complicated romance. Carly Spencer has fallen deeply for Jack Brennan, their connection growing stronger despite numerous warnings from those closest to her. Their chemistry is undeniable, but the relationship faces significant obstacles, not least of which is Jack's ongoing conflict with Valentine Cassadine. This feud has already placed Carly in jeopardy, raising serious questions about whether their relationship can survive. The situation reaches a critical point when Jason Morgan confronts Carly with an ultimatum regarding Jack. Jason's protective instincts are in overdrive as he demands Carly end the relationship immediately. His uncharacteristically forceful approach underscores his genuine concern for her safety, though Carly bristles at being told what to do, even by Jason. Later, Jack and Carly have a heart-to-heart about their future prospects. Jack expresses his desire to build a life with Carly while acknowledging the dangers his presence brings. Curiously, while he shows concern for Carly's safety, he seems less troubled by the potential risks to Jocelyn, Carly's daughter, a discrepancy that might reveal something important about his true priorities. Drew's mounting problems. Drew Kane continues his troubling behavior around Port Charles, seemingly oblivious to the growing coalition forming against him. His arrogance may prove his undoing as more residents recognize the threat he poses. Nina Reeves makes a significant discovery while searching through Drew's safe, a file that immediately captures her attention and leads her directly to Dr. Portia Robinson. This discovery suggests Drew has been blackmailing Portia, giving Nina potential leverage and a possible new ally. Portia herself has been anxiously reviewing a medical file related to Drew, wondering if it might provide the solution to her problems. The possibility of these two women joining forces against Drew could dramatically shift the balance of power in Port Charles. The opposition to Drew extends beyond Nina and Portia. Even Tracy Quartermain and Elizabeth Weber find themselves in rare agreement as they discuss strategies for addressing the Drew problem. Elizabeth struggles with conflicting emotions, wanting to maintain her positive view of Drew despite mounting evidence of his troubling behavior. In stark contrast to the growing consensus about Drew's true nature, Willow Tate remains firmly under his spell. Nina's daughter continues to see only the best in Drew, blind to his manipulation. Drew, recognizing Willow's value as an ally, reinforces her positive perception of him at every opportunity, ensuring her continued support even as others turn against him. As tensions escalate and alliances shift, Port Charles stands on the precipice of significant change. The coming days will reveal whether Drew's luck has finally run out, or if he can continue to outmaneuver the growing number of residents determined to expose his true nature. Next, we will learn about the explosive developments that are shaking the very foundations of Port Charles. Brace yourselves for a roller coaster ride of emotions, betrayals, and shocking revelations that will leave you breathless. The calm before the storm. As the sun rises over the picturesque skyline of Port Charles, an air of unease settles over the city. The residents go about their daily lives, unaware of the seismic shifts about to rock their world. But in the halls of power and the corridors of General Hospital, a storm is brewing that threatens to sweep away everything in its path. Drew Quartermain, the man of the hour. Drew Quartermain, the golden boy of Port Charles, seems to have it all. A successful businessman turned congressman, he's the pride of the Quartermain dynasty and a beacon of hope for the city. With his chiseled jawline and winning smile, Drew has charmed his way into the hearts of constituents and colleagues alike. But beneath that polished exterior lies a web of secrets that's about to unravel in spectacular fashion. Dr. Portia Robinson, a woman on the edge. Dr. Portia Robinson, the brilliant and ambitious chief of staff at General Hospital, has always been known for her unwavering dedication to her patients and her profession. A pillar of the community, Portia has navigated the treacherous waters of hospital politics with grace and determination. But now, she finds herself caught in a trap of her own making, desperately seeking a way out. In the dim light of her office, long after the bustling hospital has quieted for the night, Portia sits hunched over her desk. Her fingers tremble slightly as she leafs through a thick medical file, her eyes widening with each page she turns. The label on the file reads Drew Quartermain, and it's clear that whatever Portia has discovered has the potential to change everything. The witness. Unbeknownst to Portia, her clandestine investigation hasn't gone unnoticed. Jordan Ashford, Port Charles's top cop and Portia's sometimes friend, sometimes rival, happens to pass by the office. Through the half-open blinds, she catches a glimpse of Portia's furtive actions. Jordan's detective instincts kick into high gear, and she makes a mental note to keep a closer eye on the good doctor. The plot thickens. Ava Jerome, the voice of reason? In a twist that no one saw coming, it's Ava Jerome who steps up to play the role of conscience. Known for her own checkered past and penchant for scheming, Ava seems an unlikely candidate for the voice of reason. Yet, here she is, cornering Portia in a quiet corner of the hospital cafeteria. "Portia, darling," Ava purrs, her voice a mixture of concern and warning. "I've seen that look before." It's the look of someone about to do something they can't take back. Trust me when I say, fear makes fools of us all. Portia, caught off guard by Ava's perceptiveness, tries to brush off the concern. But the seed of doubt has been planted. Is she really prepared to go down this path? The Quartermaine connection. Meanwhile, across town at the Quartermaine mansion, the family patriarch, Michael Corinthos, paces the ornate living room. He's received a cryptic message from an old family friend, warning him that a storm is coming for Drew. Michael's mind races, trying to connect the dots. What could possibly threaten his cousin's seemingly perfect life? As news of Portia's late-night snooping begins to circulate among the hospital staff, wild theories start to emerge. The most outlandish, yet strangely compelling, is the idea that the man claiming to be Drew Quartermaine might not be Drew at all. Nurse Elizabeth Weber, who has known Drew, or who she thought was Drew for years, finds herself second-guessing every interaction. There was always something off about him since he came back from Cassadine Island, she confides to her colleague, Franco Baldwin. What if he's not really Drew? The hidden illness. Another theory gaining traction suggests that Drew might be hiding a serious medical condition. Dr. Terry Randolph, head of oncology, overhears snippets of conversation and begins to wonder. Could the congressman be battling a life-threatening illness while maintaining his public persona? The implications for his political career would be devastating. As Portia becomes more entangled in her dangerous game, her daughter Trina begins to notice changes in her mother's behavior. Late nights at the hospital, hushed phone conversations, and a general air of distraction have Trina worried. Caught between her loyalty to her mother and her growing suspicions, Trina finds herself in an impossible position. The hospital board's concerns. Word of Portia's unusual interest in Drew's medical records reaches the hospital board. Dr. Monica Quartermaine, Drew's aunt and a longtime member of the board, finds herself in a difficult position. She must balance her familial loyalty with her professional responsibilities. As the board calls an emergency meeting, Monica realizes that the fallout from this situation could change the face of General Hospital forever. Despite his best efforts to keep his secrets buried, Drew begins to sense that something is amiss. Subtle changes in how people interact with him, whispered conversations that stop when he enters a room, it all adds up to a growing sense of unease. As he prepares for a crucial vote in Congress, Drew can't shake the feeling that his carefully constructed world is about to come crashing down. Portia's decision. Back at General Hospital, Portia stands at a crossroads. With Ava's warning ringing in her ears and the weight of her discoveries bearing down on her, she must make a choice. Does she use the information she's uncovered to free herself from Drew's blackmail, potentially destroying his life in the process? Or does she take the high road, risking her own career and reputation? As she stares out the window of her office, watching the sun set over Port Charles, Portia makes her decision. For better or worse, nothing will ever be the same again. The cliffhanger. Just as Portia reaches for her phone, ready to set her plan in motion, there's a knock at her office door. She quickly shoves Drew's file into her desk drawer and calls out, "Come in." The door swings open to reveal Jordan Ashford, her face a mask of determination. "Dr. Robinson," she says, her voice steady, "I think it's time we had a talk about Drew Quartermaine's medical records." Portia's heart races as she realizes that her actions have not gone unnoticed. As Jordan closes the door behind her, the tension in the room is palpable. What will Portia do? How will this confrontation end? And most importantly, what earth-shattering secrets are hidden in Drew's medical file? The aftermath. As news of the brewing scandal begins to spread through Port Charles like wildfire, the city holds its collective breath. From the docks to the penthouses, from Kelly's diner to the Metro Court, everyone has an opinion on what's really going on. The political fallout. Drew's colleagues in Congress are already distancing themselves, wary of being caught up in whatever storm is coming. His once promising political career hangs by a thread, with vultures circling, ready to pick at the carcass of his reputation. The medical ethics debate. The medical community is abuzz with discussions about patient privacy and the ethical implications of Portia's actions. Dr. Hamilton Finn, always one to stand on principle, is leading the charge for a full investigation, regardless of who gets caught in the crossfire. The family united. In a show of solidarity, the Quartermain family closes ranks around Drew. Even those who have had their differences with him in the past, like his brother Jason, step up to offer their support. But as they gather in the family mansion, the question on everyone's mind is, what exactly are they defending Drew against?